Yo, what's up, guys? I have terrible news. I just revealed half of the set to myself with my mic turned off. I was muted. Well, let's get over it. I'm sorry, I won't be that surprised anymore. I will fake my surprise. Okay, guys? It's gonna be like that. I haven't seen everything yet, so fucking hell. Fucking hell. Well, whatever, guys. Whatever. Okay, so let's get over the whole set again. It was just revealed by Marco. Thanks to him for letting everyone know he's a real MVP. And let's go over it. So the first three cards, Magician of Black Chaos, Black Magic Ritual, and Creation, we already know, right, guys? So we're not going over that at all. This guy, by the way, still needs like a relevant help from a skill or something to become relevant. Since yeah, we're not gonna put effort into that. Ancient Brain. Okay, that doesn't do anything really, but okay. Weta. Okay, this is one of those OCG cards we never got, but isn't going to be relevant. Chain Slime. Giant Max Soldier, though. So this is what I just looked up. Like, I went back to the Spellproof Armor skill. It's one less tribute, guys. One less tribute. That's everything it says for normal machine type monsters. So this gives the much needed second summon of second normal summon for the machine deck. For the Spellproof Armor deck. So with this and Pendulum Machine, we finally have two beaters that can well step onto a lot of things. This also gets over Ambusher, so that's good enough. Before this, the deck just seems lacking, since its second normal summon was 1500 attack. Yeah, the 1500 attack just isn't dealing it, guys. It wasn't enough. But with this, we finally can play the machine deck. This makes the deck a lot better. And 1900 defense, boys. That's important. That's important. So it's unaffected by spell effects, and if you set it to defense with your traps, it's still too big for most of the monsters in this format. The only deck that can get over this with their normal summons is Blade Knight with 2000, and Blade Knight just has to hope. Yeah, it just gets over it. Though that's a little bit of a clickbaity thing to say, since it's a little bit misleading. That's what I was looking for. Since Machiavelli himself said as well, there has been a little mistake while making the deck. He forgot while designing that the machines with spellproof armor aren't unaffected to aerosol, to eradicating aerosol with a hidden parasite skill, since the skill turns it into insects first, and then they are no longer unaffected by spell effects. So you can just just use hidden parasite and then remove them all with aerosol anyway. So the skill doesn't do a whole lot for the deck anymore, since that is the most powerful spell we're running right now. But I guess it's still a good niche to have, and this at least makes the deck a lot more playable. I can also see that it's probably an ultimate rare or super rare. Looking at the name, it's probably it's a little bit shiny. That's the way to look at it, guys. So, but it's nice to have. It's really nice to have. Crazy Fish. Okay, this is not important for the deck. I don't think it will be. Maybe. Well, the good thing about this, the good thing about this card is that it's the third biggest normal summon we have now for the waters. Except at the first place we have Gabazols, at the second place we have High Tide Geogen, and then we get Crazy Fish. Before this, that was Great White. This card has like 400 more defense, so it's not going to be that relevant, I think, unless we get more fish support, which I don't think we're getting. Gyroshin Kuwagata. I wasn't expecting to. This is good for the insect deck. It had no beaters under levels 5 whatsoever, except for Beatron, and Beatron was smaller than all the other decks, their beat sticks. So it couldn't even tie with Gravekeeper's Ambusher, and that just made the deck. The deck already has a big disadvantage by the fact most decks play the Hidden Parasite Eradicating Aerosol package. And Against this deck, you can just side in your third aerosol and they're all live. You keep getting, you don't even need to kill your own monsters if you play against this deck, and that just made it way worse for this deck to be played. But now it at least gets some beat sticks to make up for that, for the fact that it has that weakness. So that's really good, guys. This solves some problems for the deck. It's not enough on its own. It's not enough on its own, but it solves some. Metal Armored Bug is also a really nice addition for the deck, since now we have a bigger thing to actually summon with Pinch Hopper. The 2800 attack makes it go over pretty much everything. And even when Blade Knight is equipped with Kunai or something, you can just walk into it. Or even if they have Blade Knight in one set, you can just try and go for it. Try and take it out. If it has Command Knight plus Blade Knight plus a set, okay, that's going to be risky. But let's be honest, if you have that much disadvantage against you already, it doesn't matter what the monster is you have on the field, right? 1500 defense makes it doable for other decks to get over this. So, yeah. Then we have Tainted Wisdom. Okay, we have Tainted Wisdom and Ancient Brain, so we're probably getting Skull Knight, right, guys? We're probably getting Skull Knight. And that's not going to do anything. Cyber Raider. This is a niche card. This is a niche card. I don't feel like this is going to help the Metal Raider skill at all. The Heavy Metal Raiders. Since they're still stuck at a normal summon of 1400 attack, right? And that has been a problem since you're not getting over anything with this. It's just not doable. But when this card is summoned, target one equipped card equipped to a monster on the field, destroy it, or equip it to this card. That's pretty much their effects. And that is niche, but you can steal what is it? You can steal kunais with chains with this. So it's not unimportant. It surely isn't. But I just think it's too niche since it's only playing against one equip card. It's not like our meta is that filled with equip cards. So I feel like it's making, yeah, I mean, Amazons really isn't, most of the Amazon list I see at least in top and stuff, also aren't playing or even siding Amazon's Heirloom anymore. So yeah, but something this is relevant against is the Relinquished deck. This is something you can actually play against Relinquished. I totally forgot about that. So this, if you main deck this, at least they have a better matchup against Relinquished because of their niche strategy. But I do think it's a little bit slow. It's a little bit, if it was a quick effect like once per turn or once while this card is faced on the field to destroy an equip card or equip it to this card, maybe it would have been better. But with just this, I feel like it might not be the case. So yeah, but even so, this isn't solving the problem, but it does make the deck better. It does give it an extra option, at the very least, an extra option. And the fact that this card isn't getting its effects from being face down first makes it this deck at least can start beating right now, which is a lot better. At least this card can make advantage of just being normal summoned, which other cards didn't. So yeah, and the fact it just says when this card is summoned makes it you can set it first if you want to bluff against your opponent, it being a Blast Sphere or something. But yeah, so it gives, and for the Highlander format, this is an extra Dark Machine monster to play. Patrician of Darkness, yeah, it's I like this card because I think it's nostalgic, but will it do anything? I don't think it will. So up to the next one. Ooh, this is yeah, okay, spoiling the next one. This is kind of iffy, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Don't know what to think about this card. You can only activate this card's effect during your opponent's turn. When your opponent activates a spell card, tribute this phase a card to negate the activation of the spell card and destroy it. So it can, things that are important to counter with this are, it counters Eradicating Aerosol, it counters Tribute Doll, it counters, what else do you want to counter? I don't know, it is probably the most important ones. But is that important, guys? I don't know. Will you ever want to sacrifice your normal summon to negate that aerosol? Probably not. Decks that might play this are S&D themselves. After sight, you could sight this in and have a counter to the aerosols share. Other cards might be introduced in this set. Winky Face, haven't seen him yet. Winky Face. But, and stall decks and stuff might play this. They have the freedom to sacrifice their normal summon. But let's be honest, guys, it's not that important. It's just not that important. I don't think the stall decks are gonna need this since they already don't suffer under aerosol that much. But yeah, if you have two Gentlemander installed, you could summon this and make sure, like, okay, my opponent isn't gonna get over this anytime soon, right? Then the next card, Sasuke Samurai. So it's still over. This card has some uses. The only use I think this card actually does, since it still triggers Zombina, which I think is a little bit sad, since if we had more cards that counter Zombina, it would have been nice. But what it does counter that we haven't been thinking about, start of the damage step, like this card says, Sasuke Samurai, the start of the damage step, becomes before damage calculation, guys. And you know which card activates it before damage calculation? A very important machine guy, Blastsphere. So we have a counter against Blastsphere. We had no counters against Blastsphere whatsoever yet, except for, yeah, maybe, yeah, we probably played like stuff like Dust Tornado. It countered the Dice Rune in draw phase, but if you already had that, there was no other way. If you read the card, there wasn't really a way to play around it. Well, Sasuke Samurai does that, but will you play or sight Sasuke Samurai since it's such a weak monster on its own? Probably not, but the existence is more important, I guess, right? Don Zaluk. Do I think this card is going to be doing a whole lot? I've already discussed this before, and I don't think it will do that much. Since I don't think Warriors is going to play even more Warriors, since they're already weak to Warrior Elimination. But you never know, guys, you never know. Helping Robo for combat. Well, not going to spoil anything, but this guy is going to be more important than I first thought. When this card destroys opponent's monster by battle, draw a card and return one card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's just... it's Crystal Seer. It's Crystal Seer. It's just faster, but worse Crystal Seer. Crystal Seer has the advantage it could be played with Apprentice Magician. This card can't. So I don't know. I don't know how strong this guy's gonna be. 1600 is also just a little bit too weak to compete with the other beat stakes we have in the format. But if you can set your opponent's beat stick to defense first, you can get over with this, of course. And against cards that aren't beat sticks, you can get over that as well. Recruiter and those kind of cards. Despair from the Dark is going to be a funny card, and we're definitely going to play this against opponents that play like Don Zaluk and stuff. But let's be honest, unlike it, I'm playing a fun deck or something niche like that. We're not going to play this, right? Maybe a zombie deck would play this with Book of Life and maybe Viral Infection or something. But except for that, this card probably won't see play. This is just going to be a card that mid-format, not at the start, but mid-format once the decks are a little bit more defined. If the decks are a little bit more defined and people are playing Don Zaluk, people might cite this to get that little advantage over your opponents, a little bit more over the edge. Bloodsucker. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, send the top cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Okay, I'm gonna be honest immediately with this, guys. I don't think at all a zombie mill deck is gonna be relevant to the format. It's gonna be a fun deck. It has a strategy. Now they have Bloodsucker because now they have Robin Goblin. Robin Zombie. Yeah, they have Robin Zombie, Bloodsucker, and what was it again? Goblin Zombie. And yeah, this is once again a card that they can use to take your opponent's card. And Vampire Lord, of course. I almost forgot Vampire Lord. But is it going to be that big of a strategy? I don't think it will be. But You never know. You never know. Maybe I'm totally wrong, right? I just think their monsters are too weak to actually do that early game. And I know what you guys might think. Yeah, but Pyramid of Wonders and some of their skills solve that problem, right? But I still don't think it will solve that much. Since if you have to put everything into that, it just won't help. If it does become a relevant deck to the format, we already have the counter in this set. We already can play Despair from the Dark. Black Patera, I'm just gonna get straight over this card since unless we're getting link monsters or something like that and we have a way to keep countering this just isn't gonna be important. It's a little neat. Maybe in a way we can. The only time I've ever seen this card being played has been with an FTK in advanced format with Firewall Dragon and Cannon Soldier. With Firewall Dragon, you used to put this card, summon this card every time again, and Cannon Soldier would just tribute it, deal 500 damage, get it back with Firewall Dragon, summon it again, and just loop that the whole time, right, guys? But oh wait, no, you can take it back the first turn with Firewall Dragon, and then every time it's sent to the graveyard, Firewall Dragon's effect resolves, and you can summon it again. But in Link form, in Speed Jewel form, I don't think this will be played at all. Then we have Flintlock. Oh, boys. You know what Flintlock is? Once per turn you can equip a flint from your field to it. And once per turn you can choose a flint equipped to a monster and equip it to another monster. While this card is equipped with flint, it is unaffected by flint's effect, because flint is a bad equip card in the way that it gives disadvantages to the monster, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. So that helps with the stall part, and that's going to be really important. You know why, guys? Because there is a Flintlock loop. Let's hope we get one of the cards needed for this, since that would be really funny. Even if we don't have one of the cards it needed, you can stall your opponent into time and just win on one of the cards we're getting in this set as well. So Flintlock has two effects concerning Flint. The first effect pulls a Flint, and the other one pushes a Flint. And well, you might think like, okay, what you require for this loop is that you have two of those Flintlocks and a Flint. And you might think like, yeah, but it doesn't matter, right? Since the equip a Flint onto this card is a once per turn effect. It isn't important at all. It's Danique, why are you even? This isn't even a legit loop. But no, it's wrong. The effect that isn't once per turn is the push effect from Flint. So you can, if you have two, you can keep pushing the Flint to the other Flint the whole time. It's not, you can keep doing that infinitely. And it is a legitimate action. It's actually changing the game. So this is a loop you keep doing. It's a manual loop that you have to do yourself with an action, and you can keep doing it. I don't think there are rules around loops, but this is a manual, this is a manual loop that you can keep doing, and you are changing the game state, and you're changing the monster that has been has the booster that cannot be destroyed by battle. And at the end of your combo, if you're past 29 minutes, you can just use the effect and equip it to your opponent's monster, and it makes a difference as well. The original Flint loop used to have the two Flint monsters. This can be done in several ways, but stalls perhaps the most feasible. And then you activate Moral Boost. If you don't know what Moral Boost is, I don't blame you. Each time a player equips an equipped spell card, increase the life points of the controller of the equipped spell card by 1000 points. Each time an equipped spell card is removed from the field, the controller of the equipped card takes 1000 points of damage. So this should, when this card was designed, it was probably made to just say like, okay, you get it equipped to a monster, you get 1000, and when it's gone, you lose 1000 again. It's not really changing the game, but maybe you have cards that get a boost from having more life points or stuff like that. However, in this way, Flint doesn't leave the field. So you only gain 1000 life points, and you can do it infinitely. So you just keep getting life points the whole time until you have an infinite amount of life points. I hope we don't get Moral Boost, because if we do, that would mean we have the first ever kind of alternative win. Because this is going to be really, if we have Moral Boost, it's going to be a really, yeah, consistent thing to bring out. It's a machine monster. It has okay attack points, so it doesn't get run over by everything your opponent plays. And when it's equipped with Flint, it also can be destroyed by battle. So getting over this, if they are going first and they have Flintlock, it's just going to be hard. Then we have Golden Ladybug, and this is going to be the replacement for Moral Boost, since during your standby phase you can reveal this card in your hand and you gain 500 life points. If you do, this card remains revealed while it's in your hand until the end phase. So this way, you start your turn, you get 500 life points with Golden Ladybug, and then you just keep doing the Flintlock up until it's time, right? And then you look at your opponent's eyes and you say, dead in the eyes, and you tell them, that's GG. It's gonna be horrible. Also, Golden Ladybug in general is just might just help stall a little bit more, and guys already don't like the fact that you could potentially do that. Also, the fact that this might be sided by decks to go into time is just ridiculous. Just, it bonkers it, really, if you think about it. Then Durak Spinos. I don't think this, well, the first already spoiling a little bit of the next card. Didn't think Durak Spinos were going to be relevant at all, since it's just, well, it's stronger than Giganoto, the Durak we already have, but when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends to the graveyard, special 1 Spinos token in attack position to your opponent's side of the field. Well, I didn't think this is going to be that important, since this effect just isn't worth the effort. It's not better than the dinos we already have for a pill, and that's the only way you would play something like this, right? And then we have the next card that proved me wrong. If this card is destroyed by battle, Durak Storiko, special summon 2 Durak tokens in defense position. These tokens cannot be tributed for a tribute summon unless it's for a Durak monster. So that gives it a niche for your Durak decks. You can get these 2 tokens and then tribute them for Durak Spinos or Giganoto. What's your preference, of course? Another deck that might play this is once again Stall. So please, Matthew Bell, if you're watching this video, please stop helping Stall decks. They don't need the support, so please don't give it to them. It's not a deck anyone wants to see. So these cards, think about it first, like, can this card maybe be abused by Stall? And if the answer is yes, please reconsider. I am not stopping you from doing anything, and I know that's a big restriction to actually being able to design cards, but you have to make sure that that's not a thing, since speed duel decks are only played with 20 cards, and Stall will just keep becoming a bigger problem. I think that's just something we need to watch out for in this format. This card is destroyed by battle, special to Durak tokens, so yes, Stall. And then we go, woo! Durak Hera, boys! Durak Hera. When a defense position Durak monster you control, except Durak Hera, is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. So, boys, this is going to be really important, since this way Durak actually has a strategy. You summon your Durak monsters, you beat over it, and if your monsters are being sent to defense position by Windstorm or Kunai and they destroy it, you get Hera instead. The fact that this is also triggered from the graveyard just means that wherever Durak Hera is, pretty much except your deck, you keep getting it back. We don't have anything that banishes, so this is a consistent problem, guys. You have to remove their monsters with Aerosol, or you keep getting Hera on the field. But even when you remove it with Aerosol, as soon as they have a new Durak monster, it comes back again. So they have a strategy now within Dinos. It's a little niche, but still, it's doable. Rook's Table must be through the roof seeing this card, right? I can't be the only one. But yeah, it's really cute, of course. And the fact that it's level 6 is going to be really important as well. Then we have Shore Knight. Yeah. And we have Legendary Fisherman too. This card name becomes Legendary Fisherman while on the field or in the graveyard. While Yumi is on the field, this card is unaffected by other monster effects. I don't think that effect is going to be that important. Since, yeah, okay, it protects it against Barrel Dragon, I guess. But who's actually thinking about it, right? It's still, it's a nice bonus to have. It's stronger than Legendary Fisherman as well. Fisherman was unaffected by Spell Effect, which didn't really help it. So it's unaffected by other monsters effect, might be better. It also protects land, Kill Lizard, Man-Eater Bugs, those kind of cards, right? If this phase of card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while its owner controls, you can add one level 7 water monster from your deck to your hand. So that searches Daedalus, guys. Is it going to be a lot? This is a card I can't actually predict until we've tested it, but its stats 2200 attack position and 1800 defense position is just really good, guys. This makes even in defense position this is going to be a hard nut to crack, right? Then Parasite Paranoid is one of the cards I'm most hyped for in this set, of course, because quick effect. So you can also do this during your opponent's turn from the hand. This is one of the first actual hand traps we're getting to a speed format. Is you can target one phase-up monster in the field, equip this card from your hand to that target. The equipped monster becomes an insect monster, important. Cannot attack insect monsters, important. Also, its effect that activate by targeting an insect monster are negated. Yeah, that's just really good, right, guys? You can only use this effect of Parasite Paranoid once per turn. That's fine. If this equipped card is sent to the graveyard, you can special one level 7 or higher insect monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. Why does it ignore summoning conditions? So you can actually summon perfectly ultimate great muff. So yeah, this is really important. This is the reason insects might actually become relevant, even though aerosol is a thing. So yeah, this is just really nice for the deck to finally get. It's also really important for the skill that was already announced of Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. You can just use this card in your opponent's monster, then send it to the graveyard with your skill, and get a big monster in return. Which is, let's be honest, guys, really, really good. And you can just protect this monster. Your opponent goes to the battle phase, and then you just equip this, and your insect monsters are safe. They cannot be attacked, and yeah. If your opponent would have a monster that, in the future, if we had a monster that destroys monsters by effect or something on summon, like Twin Barrel Dragon or something like that, you could protect your monster by just equipping this on summon. Would be really good for the deck. And when your opponent gets rid of that monster, or you yourself might destroy Paranoid, or they destroy it from your side of the field, then you get a great monster in return, right? Like Metal Armored Buck or Insect Queen or something else. Probably Metal Armored Buck, not gonna lie. So this is really nice, really nice. Or if you beat over the monster yourself, this is also going to the graveyard, and because it doesn't require anything. It just says if this equipped card is sent to the graveyard. You can also send this card to the graveyard with Beatron, which is also relevant for insects, of course. Get back one of your monsters and summon one from your hand. It gives a fast strategy for the deck that's just really good. This way you can maybe even OTK your opponent, and especially now we can reborn Kagotawaka and just beat your opponent. Skull Knight, yeah, okay, we're ready. Everyone probably predicted this when we saw Tainted Wisdom and Ancient Brain. It's not going to be relevant. Super War Lion and War Lion Ritual, these cards also aren't going to be relevant. And then we have Share the Pain. You tribute one monster, make your opponent tribute one monster for no effect. So monsters that are unaffected by spells still get tributed, apparently. That's what they're trying to say with this. I even think this is like an errata, since this has always been the ruling, but it wasn't set on the card yet. I think. Not sure, don't take my word for it. Tribute one monster, make your opponent tribute one monster. This is a niche way to get rid of S&D maybe. In the first turn they summon S&D, this is going to be effective, since you can use this as well if they don't have the trap. And even when they do have one of their traps, as long as it's not Transporter, you can use your second card and just get rid of it. This also probably going to mean that you're going to have to use Transporter instead of Vigilance. It's going to make Transporter maybe better. If no one seems to play this card, maybe they'll go back to Vigilance. It's going to be an interesting back and forward game with S&D, since we don't seem to have any outs yet against S&D at the moment. Parasite Paranoid, having this also gives the insect deck something against like S&D, since now they have to destroy your insect monster or you just lock them in that battle phase. But even during your turn against S&D with Insects actually has a way to play around it now, since they can equip Parasite Paranoid to the Serpent Night Dragon. It's a monster effect, so they can't negate it with They can't negate it with like, what is it again, with vigilance, since vigilance doesn't negate normal monster effects, don't forget that. And then you can tribute it with the skill, and they can't respond to the skill as well, since skills don't start a chain and you just summon one of your bigger monsters. And then Paranoid goes off and you get another monster, which is just insane. And then you can destroy the poor S&D fellas. So at least, except for whatever Insect's going to do to another deck, this is at least something they can do against S&D. S&D, if they play Transporter, they can still banish their own monster and play around it, but that's something we'll never get rid of, I guess. Unless they ban Transporter. Then Flint, a monster equipped with this card loses 300 attack and cannot change battle position or attack. If the equipped monster is destroyed, select monster on the field and equip this card to the monster. The effect of Flint is not that important, except for the fact that it helps the deck with stalling, which it has to do. Tail Swipe. It will target one level 5 or higher dinosaur monster you control. If the dinosaur monster is still facing on the field, choose up to two monsters your opponents control that have a lower level than it and or are face down, and return them to the hand. Well, we already have Jurak Hera, which is a level 5 or higher monster, keeps bringing itself back to the field, and now as soon as you get that from your monster being destroyed, you can also use the Tail Swipe ability and just bounce your opponent's monsters back to the hand and take advantage again. It's a really nice way to take advantage real quick. Also, Jurak Hera has 2300, so together with maybe Gabazols or something else, you can go for the OTK immediately, which puts a lot of pressure on your opponent, right? Then Double Cyclone, target one spell trap card you control, one spell trap card your opponents control, destroy them. These are a lot of use for this card right now, probably not. The best way to actually use this is probably going to be with Wild Tornado, but except for that, it's still nice to have or you can use one of the spell traps you already activate and then chain with this to destroy your own spell trap card, and it just doesn't get negated, right? And we don't have any relevant equip or continuous spells that would be negated by this. Yeah, it's also, looking at the card, it seems to be a common card, so if it's common, it's a really nice way to actually have spell trap removal for budget decks. Since Dust Tornado, especially with most people not having, we don't have such a lively second-hand market yet for Yu-Gi-Oh! So boosters are usually the only way to get cards, and this is a nice way for people to actually get spell trap removal, especially when you get new into it. Surface, we already knew this card, and probably the most relevant way of actually using this card is going to be to bring back Yomi Ship. But except for that, I don't think this is going to be relevant at all. Bashing Shield, okay, I was really spoiling a little bit. Equip only to a normal summoned or set monster, it gains 1000 attack and you take no battle damage from attacks involving it. My voice is giving up, guys. So, is this going to be the best card in the set? Absolutely not. But it might be funny to play this at least once sometimes. Taking no battle damage isn't going to be that relevant, I think, but 1000 attack, it's a lot. It certainly is a lot, since we're dealing with cards that we even play hand traps that give 300 attack, and that's semi-relevant sometimes in the form of Kaijin, or whatever its name was again, the blacksmith, the craftsman. But I don't think it will be that important. It might be important for Insects. This is finally a relevant equip card they can play, since we didn't really have one before this. And it certainly is stronger than Horn of the Unicorn, right? No, now they can send one of they can equip an insect. It's a little bonus they get, right? Iron Draw is the insane card in a way why I said the level 4 1600, that guy, the drawer, the slow crystal seer might be important, since this card says if you control exactly 2 machine effect monsters and no other monsters, draw 2 cards. For the rest of this turn, if this card resolves, you can only special summon once. Well, I don't know of any deck at the moment that special summons more than once, so this isn't even a restriction. You can only activate 1 Iron Draw per turn. Okay, that is a restriction, but not a bad one at all. Looking at the fact that this is just a pot of greed for machine decks right now. This is really, really good, guys. Don't forget that. It's also for the Flint loop. This makes the Flint loop even more, well, like consistent. If you don't have flint yet and you have 2 of the flint locks on the field, you can just use iron draw 2 cards and probably get flint locks. And we only have 20 card decks. Having a Pot of Greed is just insane, guys. Oh, this is actually insane. This card has, like, previous sets failed to actually bring new decks to the table. Dinos was a nice deck, didn't really take. The only deck that was brought to the table with previous sets was like Warrior finally got its final support, making it tier 1, and S&D, but S&D wasn't really, wasn't what we were hoping for, right, guys? But this, I feel like this set might change up the meta game a lot. Maybe not against maybe S&D probably will be still tier 1, but the other decks, Gravekeeper and Blade Knight, will have more competitors, and that feels just really nice. For a custom banlist tournaments is also really nice to have, and for Highlander decks, a Highlander having more cards is always a new thing, right? It's also a good thing. Then we have Time Machine. Is Time Machine gonna be that good? I don't know. We'll have to see in action for it to know. But so for now, I'll skip it until I know more. Tooth Mask. When a spell trap is activated, it targets exactly 1 zombie type monster on the field and no other cards. Negate the activation if you do destroy it. I don't see how this card is gonna be relevant yet, since we don't have any spell traps that target exactly except for Kunai. And playing this for Kunai, then I guess playing Battle Jammer is just better in any way. But maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe we get something in the future. It gives zombies something for the future. Let's look at it like that. Energy drains. Select 1 face-up monster on your side of the field. Increase attack and defense of the monster by an amount equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand tied to 100 until the end phase. I don't think this is gonna be that important at all. Yeah, that's basically it. I just think this is worse than Metamorph and many cards we already have. But I guess it's something to make the sneak peek more important, more exciting. Let's hope you draw this at the sneak peek, right, guys? Assault on Goblin Headquarters. Select 1 monster on your side of the field to activate this card. Destroy the selected card and send 2 cards from your opponent from the top of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Okay, so this is okay. This is another card that Zombies has for their mill beatdown strategy. So now we have. Ooh, if I'm looking at it, Assault on Gravekeeper Headquarters is a rare or ultimate rare, like a super rare or ultimate rare. Ooh, that's ultra rare. Sorry, wow. Ooh, that's a spot they shouldn't have been taking up. Everything was pretty good. Imagine buying a whole box and getting this card, right, guys? It's I already shiver from it. Now I don't think I will. I always try to buy a box to support speed duels in general, but this. Yikes. Select 1 monster on your side of the field. Yeah. It's probably okay for zombie. If you're playing that strategy, you're definitely gonna play this. Even in other non-zombie strategies you can play this, but I don't know, guys. It's gonna be that important. It takes up 1 of your traps and it's pretty slow, right? It also takes 2 cards from your field, making you going -2 while your opponent is only milling 2 cards. You have to do this as the finishing blow or you won't be able to actually survive, right? I don't see any deck that survives as taking a -2. So, then Haunted Shrine. Oh, that's zombie support. What did it do again? If you control no monsters, targets 1 zombie monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If you control no monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 zombie monster in your graveyard to special summon it, but its effects are negated. Guys, this was definitely not what I wanted to see. This is like another book of life that the zombie decks can play. And even if you don't play zombie decks, you can reborn a Zombina with this after your field has been cleared with Aerosol. Oh, God, I really didn't want Skull Servants to have even more support since it was already competing in Tier 2. It was already a deck that took top spot in multiple tournaments. And now guys, it's gonna be even harder. Well, I'm definitely not hyped to see this because I'm really scared of the deck, to be honest. I have lost lots and lots of duels against zombies, and well, this is gonna be making it even harder. But if you're a zombie fan, well, this is good news for you. I really think this is gonna be, from all the cards, Tooth and Mask, not gonna be that important. Haunted Shrine probably is, right? Sealing Ceremony of Suton. Once per turn, you can send one water monster from your hand to the graveyard to target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish that card. Okay, this might be something Waters actually needed, since opening those slushies and those kind of cards was actually a problem. So thank you, Matthew Bell. Shore Knight wasn't the thing we needed, but Sealing Ceremony of Suton is something we can really use, since it sends our monsters to the graveyard as we already wanted, our slushies, our Daedalus if we open Daedalus, and then we can banish a card from our opponent's graveyard. This makes sure we can play around the Command Night lock. This way we just make sure a second Command Night lock just never happens, right? So we just banish the Command Night from your opponent's graveyard. Against zombies, this is also going to be important, especially now they have that Haunted Shrine to banish their King of the Skull Servants, or their Skull Servants as well, are just been going really good. This is going to give us a really good matchup against Skull Servants, even though, well, their Dust Tornadoes, things they already main deck, are going to give us a problem again. But yeah, this once again, this is the card of support we need, right? Even if we won't main deck this, which I think we actually will, this is still good to play as a side deck card for the deck. This is the kind of support we're waiting for. If they got things like this, it made the deck better. So Legendary Fisherman 2 and this, just, it helps. I'm not sure if it will solve the problem, but it helps. Definitely. Waking the Dragon, guys. Oh my god, I didn't think... What? Waking... Guys, as a player who plays in the TCG, if you don't play in the TCG, you have no idea how insane this card actually is. If this set card in its owner control has left the field because of an opponent's effect and is now in the graveyard or banished, you can special one monster from your deck or extra deck, so you can summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon if your field gets nuked. This makes it important. This is the day we've been waiting for, guys. You have to play 6 extra deck cards from everyone on. It doesn't have to be Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon or those cards. If you don't have them yet, I am really glad I do have them already and I haven't sold them. But this, guys, this might actually buy your Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons immediately. As soon as you see this video, go to TCG Player, Trollento, I don't know what cards you have in America. Go to Card Market, buy those Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons. Make sure you have at least one, guys. Make sure you can finally play an extra deck. If you don't have any cards at all, maybe you've only bought singles, go buy fusion monsters to actually play. Because you're gonna need it. With this card, I'm gonna play 6 different... Oh, you can reuse Sanction as well. You can summon that with it as well. This is gonna be important, guys. This is... Dust Tornado is a card we're gonna have to keep playing, right? Since it's just so relevant, and the best way to actually use Dust Tornado is on a new set at end phase. But if you have Waking the Dragon, I mean, it was already harsh when you destroyed the security orb, but if you destroy Waking the Dragon, you're in a really tough spot, right? It might, at the right situation, if we're going late game and you destroy Waking the Dragon with Night Beam or Dust Tornado or a Dice Spoon, it's over. It's pretty much over, guys. There's nothing more you can do. This is going to be a side card at the least, and probably a main deck card. So I'm definitely going to main Waking the Dragon. Probably this is just insane. Whoa. I am much surprised they actually give this. Then Floodgate Trapple. This is no joke the best card of... This is the best card of the set, and it's going to be the most expensive one. Floodgate Trapple is insane. Whoa, I didn't expect us to get these kind of cards. This is incredibly useful against pretty much everything. This is what we needed against Serpent Night Dragon. This is the out to Serpent Night Dragon, guys. We've got it. Here it is. Here it is. We have something to counter the deck. It might actually finally leave tier 1. Pick up your Floodgate Trap. Whoa. Yes! This is what we needed, guys. This is what we needed. This was the Messiah that's finally gonna bring us back to a decent, a fun-having little format, right? So when your opponent summons a monster, change the monster to face down defense positions. Monsters change to face down defense position by this effect cannot change the battle position. Watch the monsters. If they summon multiples, it just puts them all face down. So that's for the future. But for now, it's your opponent summons a command knight, put it face down again. Gone is lock. Your opponent summons a gentlemander, face down. We have something against that lock in battle phase. You can, when you summon the second one, you don't do this on the first gentlemander, right, guys? But if they have normal summon gentlemander and you didn't have floodgate trample already, don't attack them. If you top deck floodgate trample, don't attack them. Just set the floodgate trample. Wait for their turn for them to summon it. And if you already have it, don't do it on the first gentlemander. Just attack the gentlemander. It might be a bluff. And then use it on the second one if they summon it. When they summon the second one, you do this, and then you get a replay, and you just attack the new monster, right, guys? Oh, that was a set. This is insane, guys. I'm not gonna put anything in the in the thumbnail with it. This is insane. I'm so hyped for Speed Duels again. This might solve all the problems I was having. We get more decks, we get more diversity with this set. We have outs against problem decks like Stall as well for a little bit, but mostly Serpent Night Dragon, and I'm just really, really hyped for this. Even though Floodgate Trample might be abused by Stall, since they play 3 copies as well, and if they lock down all 3 of your monsters, and you cannot tribute summon them or anything, it's over. But besides for that, you can... Oh, this is definitely a set I'm looking forward to. This is what we've been waiting for, guys. I think Floodgate Trample is going to be the most expensive card as well since Sphere Karibo. So I'm already telling you that, guys, and this is insane, guys. So well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, since now I'm hyped again for Speed Duels. Expect many more videos, many more streams. Maybe I'm gonna change one of my days that I have, like 4 days I'm streaming in a week: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Maybe I'm gonna change one more day in another stream day for the next few weeks temporarily, since this is insane, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I shouldn't make this video too long. This is already gonna be like 15 minutes. But thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. The Card Game Philosopher out.